Hey loves, thanks so much for tuning in. Today I am celebrating 1 year of celibacy and I am super excited. I am so proud of myself. I have been on such a journey for self-discovery, self-improvement, and oh my god, I feel amazing. I've made a 180 change in who I am, and it was mostly due to me sacrificing the one thing that was really controlling my life: sex. And you probably think that's really weird for you to celebrate 1 year without you having sex. Most people don't find that as something to celebrate. I myself do. I'm very happy to not have had sex for the last year. I've definitely became more focused. It has eliminated me from being in really bad relationships and having a better judge of character. So help me to celebrate 1 year with no sex. Yes. I'm really excited. Which I want to bring up next is this wonderful shirt that has hashtag pray, and on the back it says, respect my temple. You better respect my temple. What? So I got this shirt from my fellow YouTubers, Will and Dom. I'll be sure to list their channel right underneath in the description box. They are amazing. They are on a celibacy journey as well. They recently got engaged, so congratulations to you both. You are a beautiful couple. May God continue to bless your union. You guys go follow them. They are thebomb.com. They're a very young, beautiful couple who have a passion for Christ, and I'm all about that. So I wanted to support them by purchasing this shirt. Guys, go over to their channel. Make sure that you check them out. Watch their videos, check out their online store. All the details will be down in the description box. You guys have helped me in my celibacy journey, and I really thank you and appreciate for all the positive messages that you do put on your channel. May God continue to bless your every single move. Congratulations on your wonderful wedding. I cannot wait to see the wedding vlog. So while celebrating 1 year of celibacy, I wanted to also discuss the woman that I have become and the transformation that God has made inside of me within this 1 year of sacrificing sex in order to become the best person that God has destined me to be, the queen that is inside of me. So I wanted to discuss that, but I wanted to first note that I actually watched this video on YouTube. Another one of my fellow YouTubers, R.C Blakes, he has this amazing ministry and he discusses relationships and he gives women such profound information, and it's biblical, it has a practicality to it, it's amazing word. I want you guys to check his channel out as well. And he recently came out with a video called The Crisis of a Woman with Queen Consciousness. It is so powerful. I took plenty of notes and I want to share them with you guys. He was talking about exactly what I'm dealing with in my life right now. So let's get into some of the key points that I felt like were very beneficial to a woman who is trying to recognize the queen that is in her. So first of all, I'll just tell you how I can relate. After sacrificing sex for a year, I have definitely gained so much more self-worth, self-confidence. There's this power that is in me, and it scares me at times. I walk into a room and without even saying anything, I command the presence of so many people. And you're thinking, that would be great. Yeah, that's great, but it definitely comes with consequences, or it comes with a so-called burden, which if you understand your queenness and you understand the power that a queen has, you won't be intimidated by it. But it does take a while to get used to it. And I want to talk to the woman today who has been isolated, who has been being a good woman to everyone around her, and being patient, being loving, being Christ-like, being just that change that this world needs to see. But people are isolating you and you are feeling like no one understands what you're going through, because that was me and that is me. This video spoke to my spirit because I'm going through a phase in my life where people are dropping out of my life like nobody's business, and I'm like, God, what is going on? What am I doing? And if you don't realize that it is the queen that is within you that is calling you to a higher level in life, you can definitely hop into a mindset that something is wrong with you and you need to be doing X, Y, and Z to get more friends. So I want to show you some examples of some things that I learned from R.C Blakes' video, which helped me to recognize the queen that is in me. And I tell you guys, the only reason that I'm truly able to stand before you and sit before you with these facts is because my life has been changed through Christ Jesus. Mostly because I sacrificed a man in sin and giving my spirit, my soul, my body into the fornication and the lust that I was dealing with previously. Only in that way was I transformed. This had a huge transformation on my life. I feel like my third eye, so to say, opened up, and I became more aware and more woke with a lot of things, with removing temptations of sex and other things that weren't healthy for me. It's very powerful when you can tap into the woman that you are supposed to be. There is a God-given task for you, and you won't know that unless you tap into who you truly are and eliminate things that are distracting you from being who God has called you to be. Okay? So I want you to realize that. So whatever distractions you may be having in your life that are stopping you from being the best you, I need you to eliminate those, sis. I need you to get those things out of your life immediately, because you have to trust God that with Him, He's everything that you need. There's nothing that you need that He cannot provide. There's nothing that you need that God cannot provide. Everything that you need, He will take care of. You have to trust Him. You really do. I want you guys to hold on to that. Okay, so let's get into some of these points. So one of the main things that R.C. Blakes talked about is that you will not have many genuine friends. Okay? Me moving from Minnesota and moving down to Atlanta, I was so used to making friends so easily. And you know, people say Minnesota nice, yada yada yada, but it was very easy for me to make friends back home. So when I moved to Atlanta, I'm like, what's going on? Like, is it the women? Is it me? What is it, right? So I made friends with a few people, but a lot didn't last long. And there are a few that have. And I've had to come to terms that I'm not going to have a lot of genuine friends around me who are truly for me, who are there for me through thick and thin, will not give up on me, will not talk crap about me, will not make me feel smaller than them because I don't have what they have or they don't have what I have. When you realize who you are, you only have time and room for quality people to be around you. Anything else would just fall off. So you have to get used to and comfortable with the fact that you are not going to have a lot of genuine friends. I had to get used to that, and I'm still getting used to that. You are so powerful that not everybody is going to want to hang around with you. It's just how it goes. It takes some time, because you'll blame yourself. Did I do something wrong? What am I doing wrong? Now you gotta be good to people. I'm naturally very kind, loving, and sweet to people. I believe that my responsibility is how I treat you. How you treat me is your responsibility. So I don't care how you try and treat me. I am still going to try, okay, because I don't want that hood to come out, but I'm still going to try to treat you with the utmost respect, because at the end of the day, I have to give an account for how I treated you when I go to heaven. Okay, so you're not going to have a lot of genuine friends. You have to get used to that. So in addition to that, he also talks about your biggest problem will no longer be men, it will be sisters. Okay, I have lived this. Oh my God, this has been something that has been happening to me where I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm not doing anything to anyone, you know? And it took so many times for me to go through this, and I'm like, God, what's going on? Why aren't I getting along with these people? And then I go back, I'm like, I am not doing anything to these people. Like, truly, my presence alone is just intimidating them. Your presence alone as a queen can intimidate people to not even want to be around you. It's an unseen confidence. It's crazy, but it happens. And I can attest to it. And you're probably like, is there something I can do? Trust me, I've went through all the questions. I've went through all of it. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I have got to do what makes Chanelle happy and makes Chanelle smile and makes me feel good about hanging out with you. Quality over quantity. So men will no longer really be your issue. It'll be women, the hate. You have to get comfortable with that. It sounds weird, but you will get so many haters when you recognize the queen in you. You don't even have to open up your mouth. You could just walk in somewhere, automatically you'll start feeling hate from other women. But don't you let that stop you. You walk in with your head up high, dressed to the tens, or even however you feel comfortable, and you stand strong in who you are. Don't you let nobody take you off that throne. And the minute that you begin to feel lower than you, this is something that I practice. Whenever someone has done something to make me so-called get kicked off my throne and I feel myself like, we're not in the throne anymore, pick your crown up, put it back on your head, and be that queen that God has called you to be. Do that every single time mentally. When someone has done something, you pick your crown up and you place it right back on your head. Yes, you do. That will give you so much power. So the next one was, a queen intimidates a woman who has a lesser view of themselves. So women who have a lower self-esteem and lower confidence in themselves, they are going to be naturally intimidated by you. They actually love you and actually want to be friends with you, but they don't know how to be friends with you because they feel like you're better than them. And you may not be treating them like that. That is just their own opinion and that is their own views, and they're just rocking with it. And you can't control that. So you can't allow these sort of women to make you feel like you have to come down, so to say, to that level in order to relate or communicate properly with them. I know a lot of women who feel like if you feel like you're like uppity or sedity or stuck up, and you're really not, you're actually quite humble, and they just see you as that way. You know, you do have to check yourself and make sure, hey, am I really being stuck up, or are these people actually just misjudging me? Which I find the case for me a lot of the times. Like, people look at me and they think something completely different when they meet me. They're like, oh, you're actually cool. I am the most laid back, coolest chick like ever. I don't care what nobody say, I'm rocking with that. I am so laid back, I'm so cool, I'm so friendly, kind, and I'm really loving. You know, it's okay to be confident in who you are. I wouldn't say back down and be small just so that you can feel like you mix in and fit in with them. Absolutely not. Be who you are, and if they leave you, deuces, because the right people will come along who do value you. So stand strong in who you are. Stop letting these chicks out here and these men out here treat you any sort of way. If you know who you are, you've done that work, and you're already walking in your purpose, I don't care if you sashay down the aisles at work like you're Queen Elizabeth. I know who I am, and I know that God is calling me to those places. So you might look at me now and be like, who she thinks she is, but you're gonna find out who I am eventually, because I know the queen that resides in me. So you have to recognize the queen that resides in you. How would your king find you if you don't even know who you are? Recognize the queen that resides inside of you, so that everything that is supposed to come to you, it will come to you. It will manifest. God will show you everything you need when you trust Him, rely on Him, let Him lead you, not yourself. But He'll show you the right friends, He'll show you the right man, He'll show you the right companies, the right websites, designers, everything you need to be successful on every realm. He will show you that. So in this, when all these people are coming towards you and they're falling off, you'll let them slide off you like butter, baby, okay? It is going to be okay. You just have to know who you are, stand strong in it, be firm with it, and don't you dare let any dollar sign dictate who you are. That's a whole nother subject for another day, but don't let money try to take you out of your character. Do not allow money to take you out of your character. But I just want to say that if you are being compromised by money, that is the spirit of mammon, and you need to be delivered from that and walk in the light that God has for you, not money. Do not do that. We'll talk about that some other time. Alright? So the next thing is that a queen will not attract a lot of men. You just won't, queen. You just won't. I used to be like, what's going on? Has dating changed? Why am I not being approached? You know, men don't just walk up to me like they used to back in the day. Now that has a lot to do with society and how things have changed with that. But I still believe that that does happen, and it does occasionally. But not every man has become that king where he is confident enough to walk up to a queen. So you will have far fewer men approaching you than you are used to. There is a unconscious aura and spirit around you that says, don't come over here with that foolishness if you're not ready to be the king that you are supposed to be and walk into what God has already called you to be. Do not come over here. It's unseen. It is crazy because, like, I see that quite often when guys see me. Like, they'll look at me and I can tell that they're attracted to me, but it takes them everything to approach me. And it's just like, am I doing something wrong? Should I smile more? Like, what should I do? And you can true indeed help those things by learning how to be more approachable. I feel like I'm pretty approachable. I just think that it's just like the command that my spirit and my entity have, that just a normal man who is just don't have his stuff together just can't approach me because his spirit is going to not click with mine. Like, automatically he's like, no, I can't touch that. I can't go over there until I got my stuff together. I know who I am. Like, automatically they already know that. So don't blame yourself. It's a beautiful thing when you don't attract junk. And I'm not trying to call anyone like a lot higher than, less than. There's no levels. There is, but there isn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like the junk that you usually would get if you didn't do this work on yourself and go through this self-discovery and recognizing the queen within you. If you didn't go through that, and I'm not saying it always happens that way, but back in the day, you can get men like really easily, no problem, you know. But that's because you didn't know who you were. You probably were sleeping with guys, and you probably didn't know who you were. Let somebody take you out, and then they think that they're entitled to your body because they took you out to a nice meal or something. It don't rock that way. When you pull those things back and you say, you don't deserve this. I love myself. I can buy my own dinner, and you have to work hard to have this. It is a blessing for you to be in a presence of a queen like myself. So no, I'm not going to give myself to you. That sort of quality in a woman does not come with an everyday woman. Now, every woman is called to be a queen, but not every woman is going to actually do the work in order to be that queen. So another really interesting fact that R.C Blakes talked about was, do your work, work on yourself, and then your king will show up, which I absolutely love. I am so loving this phrase because mostly I have definitely done that. After my last relationship, I didn't know what I wanted to do. My identity was my relationship. All I did was go to work, and then after that it was like be around that person 24/7. I didn't have any identity. But if you're waiting for your king, you will work on yourself. Work on yourself, have your own hobbies, your own ambitions, your own goals and dreams, and then your king will eventually show up. And I really do believe that that is very true because just the attractiveness that a man has, I think naturally to a woman who knows what she wants, it's like instant. And I think that a king would recognize a woman who is a queen when she does have her things in order and is getting herself in order. That's a woman that's going to be a wife. He's looking at those qualities saying she knows how to do this, this, and that. You gotta have some skills, some tools, some techniques, and some mind knowledge to go with this queenology. So you have to start reading more, discovering what you like and what works for you in order to be this queen that God has called you out to be. Oh, this is a good one. Queens have too much work to do to try to fit in. Say that. That is a good word, okay? That is a good word. Queens have too much work to do to try to fit in. If somebody wants to leave my life, honey, bye. God bless you. I don't have time for it. Now, that comes with two factors. One, are you a good quality, genuine friend? And is it worth repairing? And both factors you have to pray about. Okay? Because I've had people try to be friends with me and And eventually it just doesn't work out. And I'm like, that wasn't meant to be. That was not meant to be. And you gotta learn how to just let things go. Let it go. It's harder. It's easier said. I won't even say it's easier said than done. I wanted to say that, but you know what? When you begin to just let go of the things that are hindering you and just walk into what God actually has for you and get excited for the future, because what's coming to you will be so much more greater than what you have right now. You might be, one man away from your husband and some really good friends and some good business partners and networking opportunities. And oh my God, if you would just let go of the past and everything that you have been through and just let God do a work on you, honey, let it go. Let it go. Another thing that R.C. Blakes talked about is the only way to win the race is to intentionally remove yourself from the pack. So that's the only way to separate yourself from the pack, is to intentionally remove yourself from that crowd. Just push back. It might be abrupt, it might be slowly, but you need to push back from that group, separate yourself. And that's not necessarily going and hanging out with other people immediately. Maybe you need a little bit of time by yourself. And that's another thing that queens have to deal with. Being alone, which is completely fine. Be your own best friend, your own best company. Know what you like. And I talked about that in some of my other videos. If you haven't checked those out, click this link right here. Know what is going to make you laugh, something's going to empower you, how you tick, how you work, how you operate. Now, this new person that you will be transformed into, it's not going to be easy to adjust to them, because there's going to be some old things inside of you which are going to pop back up, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I thought I was delivered from that. Well, it takes time. It took me 33 years to get to this woman that I am today. It's going to take some time for me to get used to this new queen that is inside of me. But that new queen is not going to look back in the past and say, hey, we're going to do this again. We're not going to do that again. We are transformed. We're going to be better. We're going to choose wisely, be more patient, be more loving, be more understanding. But most of all, we are going to love ourselves. That is the key point to being a queen. Love yourself unconditionally. Y'all already know how it goes. Follow your dreams, and everything else will follow behind. If you want to see more points on this topic, check out R.C. Blakes' video. I'll link it down in the description box. It is so powerful. His whole series is powerful. He has such a strong calling to help women in this day and age. And I just love that he's been called to this, because I needed to hear the things that he is preaching on. He has the daughter daddy talk, which a lot of women don't get from their fathers. You definitely are going to want to check that out. He has some stuff for men as well. So you guys check that out. I don't want to keep talking, but I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video has inspired you. It definitely has helped me on my journey to being the best Chanelle that I could possibly be. Again, shout out to Will and Dom on their celibacy journey and being an inspiration to me, as well as R.C. Blakes. Congratulations, and thank you for everything that you have done. Your videos are helping me day by day, and I really appreciate you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you click this link right here so that you can be subscribed to my channel. Also, check out some of my previous videos. I do DIYs and also some videos like this, some Let's Chat videos. And I hope that you guys are going to stay for the long haul. I'm approaching 1 year on YouTube. I have some pretty big announcements, and I hope that you guys stay tuned for that as well. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.